Y'all, we've made it to day 25 of our 30-day somatic devotion for a fucked up world. And actually, this is a somatic devotion for a more beautiful world, because when we heal our nervous systems and we heal ourselves and we heal our relationships and our families, then it ripples out, and that is how we create a more beautiful world. So thank you for being here with me. We've made it to day 25. Get on up. If this is your first time joining us, just get on up. If you've got 10 minutes to spare, get up and do it now. Don't save it for later. Today's move is very simple. Simple at its core, okay? But we're gonna get into the details of it. Hip circles. So stand with your hips stand with your feet wider than your hips and hands on your hips, okay? Like so. We're just gonna start. I'm gonna start to the left. You can start to whatever direction makes the most sense for you. We're gonna spend half the time in one direction and then we'll switch to the other direction. Okay, the first minute I want us to spend, maybe your knees are soft. They're definitely not locked. Do not lock your knees. Knees are soft, but you're not in like a super low position, okay? And there we go. That's where I want us to be. You're kind of moving, you're hinging at this part of your body, okay? Your hip flexors. So your body is kind of like a Barbie doll, maybe folding like two pieces. So it almost seems like you've got legs and then you've got an upper body. Okay, so we're moving these two pieces right now for the next 10 seconds. And then we're gonna switch it up. 3, 2, now keep going in the same direction. Place your hands back on your hips. Bend your knees. And now I want you to move your pelvis, okay? So if your pelvis were a bowl, the bowl is spilling water out the side, spilling water out of the front, spilling water out of the side, and now spilling water out of the back. Okay? So now your body is being divided into more pieces. So from the rib cage and up, you're not really moving. Whereas before we were kind of doing this full thing. Right now you see the difference? There's more space. You're creating more space in your body here. And we only have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go the other way. Okay, so straighten your legs, or don't lock them, but straighten them. And we're moving in one piece or two pieces to the other side. Make sure you're going the other direction. It can be really easy to accidentally do the same side twice. Okay, so once again, it's like your body has two pieces here. You're just rotating. Notice the sensations that you're feeling in this version versus the other version. One isn't better or worse than the other, they're just different. And having an awareness of how these like micro adjustments feel in our body is a very important skill to have. All right, minute. Bend your knees a little more, and now let's break it. Break it up a little bit more. So now it's your pelvis moving. From the ribs up, you're still. Pelvis is moving. Again, the bowl is spilling in all directions. Yes, become aware of what muscles are working. For me, I feel it in my glutes. I feel it in my quads. Whereas in this version, I feel it more in my side booty, okay? Here, I also feel a stretch in my belly. I feel a stretch in my obliques. Five, 4, 3, 2, and find a float. And we'll spend the next 5 minutes in authentic movement. If this is your first time joining us, authentic movement is just moving your body from the point of view of your body, not the point of view of your brain. You're not thinking about what move to do or what to do next. You're just letting your body kind of play and explore. And sometimes authentic movement means you lie down or you give yourself a hug and you just stand here for the next 4 minutes. It doesn't have to be a dance, but if it turns into a dance, that's okay. And it doesn't have to be arbitrary movements. If you want to pop into a stretch, you can pop into a stretch. You're just deciding from your body, not from your head. And you're breathing through it. And you're witnessing your mind, witnessing what thoughts come up, and just letting them pass. Not judging, not over-identifying. So the reason why as we get older, as people age, they start to fall down or like slip or hit their body parts on something. I mean, it could be a lot of reasons. It could be like high blood pressure, things like that. It could be a lot of different reasons. But one of the reasons is because as we age, something called proprioception changes. It diminishes as we get older unless we work on it. And proprioception is our awareness of our body in space. Okay, so it's like when you're driving a car and you just somehow know, even though you don't have the exact measurements of how wide or where the car ends, you somehow know if you can fit into that parking spot because you have a sense of where the car stops and ends. That is kind of like how proprioception works in our bodies. We have an awareness of our body moving through space. And as we age, it dwindles, which is why, people miss a curb, or they think they're lifting their leg up high enough to step over the curb, but they didn't. Or they step down from a curb and they misjudge the distance. And that can cause injuries in our older age because our bones are more brittle and all that kind of stuff. So it's really important, no matter how old you are, to be training this sense. It's a sense. It's not a skill and it's not a muscle. It's like training sharper vision, training your proprioception. And that's when we do things like this, the difference between this and this. All right, these are ways to become more in tune with our sense of proprioception. And that's my TED Talk for the day. We've got 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, and find a way to bring it to a close. One hand on your heart, one on your belly. Let's take a deep breath in. And let it out with a sigh. We are just chugging right along. I'll see you back here for day 26 tomorrow, and keep taking good care of yourself.